Hey everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And today I have a book review for you. Um, I can't drink my drink because I forgot it in the freezer and now it's a slush. So it hurts my mouth just a little bit. But can was all wet. Today I am doing a review for Unicorn Fairies. This is I'm sorry, Magic Forest. It's part of the Unicorn Fairies series. So this is part of my Paper Pie website that I have. So if you decide that you want this book, then you should definitely check out the description box. And this book is for 7 and up with an AR level of 4.7. I'm going to read you the back of this book, and then I'm going to read you my little review for it. This was part of my Paper Pie Reading Challenge 2026 one, and I read this with my kid before bed every night. We read a chapter. Okay. Fairy unicorns. Zoe is staying with her great aunt when she discovers a magical world full of fairy unicorns. But soon, Zoe finds out that the unicorn island is in terrible danger. Can Zoe and her new unicorn friend, Astra, save the island before it's too late? Fairy Unicorns is an exciting series of original illustrated fiction with easy to read text. It is perfect for newly fluent readers who are ready for longer stories. Um, this is how it starts. Actually, this is the opening page. You get to meet the fairies, or the fairy unicorns. And then you have a map, which is awesome. I love whenever books have maps, especially like this kind of series. You go from place to place. I believe she started in one of these forests, either this one or that one. And then they flew to the Fairy King Castle, and then they flew to over here, and then they flew back to the castle, and then they flew all over sprinkling magic dust. So I'm excited to read the next part of the series, but let me read you my review before I get to. Oh, if you're curious about my extra rubber band, my book is getting a little too cumbersome, and this isn't strong enough. This is yeah that. Okay, so I put this one on the shelf here, and I got to check it off. That makes 2 down off of my children's reading challenge that I'm doing. I only have 2 of those, 2 more. So altogether I have 2, 3, 4. I have 5 of those books that are on that list. So we'll see what happens. Now, if I can just get okay. I asked my kid what she rated this, by the way, and she said, all the stars. I was like, you didn't think there was anything wrong with it? And she was like, it's a book. I'm like, you're not wrong. You're not. It's a book. Title: A Magic Forest, Fairy Unicorns. Author: Zanna Davidson. Her name is actually Susanna, but she goes by Zanna in her books. I started this June 10th, 2026, and I finished this June 23rd, 2026, and I personally gave it 3.5 stars. Um, but that's because I'm an adult and this is a kid book. I think if I was 7 years old, I would have loved this book. This would have been awesome. Well, I had a darker soul, so anyway, would I recommend it? Yes, maybe. Depends. Do you like reading children books? Then yes. Are you a child? Yes, you might like this book. Maybe because, like me, I am not drawn to the children's book. They're not. It's not. They're not that exciting to me anymore because I'm more. If I'm gonna read a children's book, it's gonna be a middle grade book, and this is easy. It's too easy. Um, Children's fantasy is the genre. There are 105 pages, and there are 7 chapters. More by this author. The rest of the series, um, Billy and the Mini Monster series, which is really cute. It's like a comic book type, not a comic book, but like a graphic novel type book. Izzy the Inventor series, which I don't have the first book, and that book was in my reading challenge, and I'm very upset because I really wanted to read it. Sticker Dolly story. Oh, that one, I just want all of those. They look so cool. And a lot more. She's also a part of some collaboration books. Um, yeah. Yeah. My favorite character was the Unicorn King. My favorite quote was, "I would have never have asked you to put yourself in danger like that." That was by the Unicorn King. And that is one of the things that I liked about this book because a lot of times when we have children's books where they're like they go off on an adventure or they have to do something dangerous, the adult figures are like, "Oh, but you're going to have to do this and defeat that and travel by yourself and all of that stuff." And it's like, "No, the adult should go with them." In his case, he was trapped, and he told them, "Go get your mother, tell her what I just told you, and she will go get what we need, and then she'll come back here." The girls were like, "Well, if we fly all the way there, and then she has to go and fight that to get that, and then come all the way back over here, it might be too late." So they go do it. But yeah, they go do it, obviously. And so he's like, you know, very dangerous. And then later, whenever her mom finds out, "We will talk about this later. Right now, we got to get this done." um, so this was a pretty good book for the first book in a series. It's good enough that even though it's a child's book, and I'm not really, I like children's book, but sometimes they get a little tedious and they use really small words. And I have other stuff that I need to read. But this one for first book in a series was really good. It had magical elements, which is perfect to keep my kids' interest. She was like, "What happened next?" The chapter would be over, and she'd be like, "Oh, are they gonna get the flower? We'll have to find out." The adults in the books made sure to scold the children for doing dangerous things, even if it saved the kingdom. It showed the thought process that Zoe and Astra go through to make the decision to go and do the dangerous thing. There is hints that Astra might have powers later in the series. She is the only fairy unicorn. She's the only fairy unicorn that has star pattern on her mate on her what's it called? her skin on her body. Um, if you can think of the word that I can't think of right now, you can just drop it into the comment section. I had one problem with this book. Zoe followed her cousin out of the house, got hit with the magic dust, and shrank down like her cousin did. Followed her cousin into this tree. We never saw her cousin while going through the tree. The unicorn fairies, fairy unicorns, they thought that humans were a myth or like a long ago fairy tale. So, where did her cousin go? Okay, there's a theory that she went to Pony Island, thrown around. There is another book. Okay, so there is a series called Fairy Ponies. Maybe her cousin went to see them. Maybe they're related. Now I'm gonna have to read that series too. Okay, anyway, but we never saw her, and at the end, we should have seen her whenever they were both coming back before sunrise, right? Right? I feel like there should have been like a oh, you know, um, just my thoughts. That was just my only problem is that we should have run into her at some point. Um, it was a pretty good book. Look, see, hold on. It has so much trouble. Um, I mean, I thought it was a cute book, and I will probably be reading the second book with my kid because she liked it. And we always need something to read before bed. We do this cute little thing where we both have 15 minutes to read by ourselves, and then we read together where I read a book to her. And then we go to her bed and I sing. Um so there are some pictures throughout the book. The spacing in this book is nice. It's not too put together. Like at night, it's hard for me to focus, and with the big spaces, it helps keep me so the words don't get all jumbled. There's really not much I can tell you other than what it's already said. She follows her cousin down the stairs after everyone had gone to bed, and then she is hiding in the bushes and sees what her cousin is doing, and the wind blows just as her cousin throws some dust on herself, and the wind swooshes it over to her, and she's like, because it gets in her eyes, and then all of a sudden, everything's bigger than her, and she's like, what the heck happened? And then she goes to the spot where her cousin was just standing, and it sees a hole in the tree and is like, she must have gone in there. And goes in there and it's like completely pitch black and she's like stumbling around and then poof, she sees a light and she comes out into the unicorn, fairy unicorns world. And nobody like nobody like sees her until Astra sees her and is like, "Are you a human?" And there's a few times it gets a little repetitive because they both keep like randomly throughout the book they'll be like, I've never done anything like this. It's so amazing, or it's so terrifying. I've never done anything like this. It's so hard, you know. I'm like, okay, we get it. You've never done anything like this. Move on. Um, but Astra's mom is Sorrel. She is um, the protector of the trees, I believe. Oh, guardian of the trees. My bad. And she's very stressed out because the trees are dying and withering away. The trees are supposed to be beautiful and colorful. I wanted to see if I could find a tree that was colorful. No, I don't. Well, I mean, this picture kind of has full trees in the background, but the trees are withering away, and her mom tells them is like, "Hey, I gotta stay here and keep pouring magic into the trees so they don't completely die. Can you go and ask the king to come and help us?" And so Astral, Astra and Zoe fly to the king's palace, and there's like chaos happening. And finally, one of the guards stops and is like, "Kid, oh, I know you. You're Sorrel's daughter." And she's like, "Yes, what's happening? We need the king." And he's like, "Actually, we can't find the king. There's also been a note left." And the note is like very cryptic. "I am the dark," what is this name? Oh, Shadow. "I'm the dark leader." Saying that he's imprisoned the king, and when all the trees on the island die, then the king will too. The clock is ticking. They don't ever find who that is, by the way. So that's gonna have to happen in the series later. Um, which is why I was intrigued because I'm like, who is this? Also, there was something. Sometimes the king felt a little shady, even though he was like a good guy. Like, I was like, my adult mind was like, well, I could make up so many bad stories. Like this could happen, and he could be the bad guy. Um, maybe he's the brother of the bad guy, and he's like, yeah, go ahead. I know you won't actually hurt me. Go ahead and lock me in this until people find me. Um, but that didn't happen. He was a good guy, and he magically made a feast at the end. And he kind of reminded me of like Dumbledore when he like let the feast begin. He had that kind of moment. Um, which was kind of fun. And they eat, and the king and Sorrel come and eat with them and have a conversation with them, and gives Zoe magic dust and is like, "Hey, I know that you're gonna want to come back. So, and we might need help in the future. So here's some magic dust. Make sure you come back." Okay. I'm like, we don't want you to be in danger, but come back to help us with the danger, is what he's saying. Um, but it was a pretty good book. I enjoyed it. My kid enjoyed it. I like how thick the pages are. I liked the drawings. Also, it's great because some of the words are italicized and some are bold and some are just regular typed. So, do I recommend this book? Yes. If you want to get this book, go check out the description. I'll leave my Paper Pie link there. Also, if you want, there's still time. If you want to try to do some of these reading challenges with me, I will leave all of the Google Doc links for those in the description. I do have to let you know that the Paper Pie one, not all the books are available. Sadly, because I didn't get them. I was like, "Oh, I'll get them later." And then later came and I was like, "Okay." And I do 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 do. Oh, oh, you don't have great. Where am I supposed to get them now? Um, that's life. But I'm doing 3 reading challenges and the Goodreads challenge. So, yeah. My next video will be Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase. I forgot the title for a second. Then I'm done with that book. I just have to make the video. I'm short on time like every day now. There's so much going on. And I will be making, I don't know what day is it. Yeah, I will be making my what I read in June video soon. Because the end of the month is coming up and that that. And then what I want to read in July. And I'm going to be making a video on kid books that would be good for summer, and a video on teen books that I think would be good for summer, and books that I think are good for adults to read in summer that I've read in the past. I got plenty of books to think on. Hopefully, hopefully. Unless I can only come up with like maybe I'll just pick like 2 or 3 for each age. Yeah, and just make it one video. Okay, I can do that. That is all I have to talk about, and like this video if you like this video. Share this video if you want to share because sharing is caring. And someone else might have a kid who is interested in alicorns, fairy unicorn type things. Um, or maybe it's just you. You want to collect all of the kid books. Maybe you're preparing for the apocalypse, or the the end of the world. I've been reading books. I back to back end of world scenarios. It's like, how much longer do we have? It's okay. We're not gonna talk about that. And subscribe. If you're not sure if you want to subscribe, you can go check out my channel by clicking my face bubble if it pops up down here. Or if that doesn't happen, you can pause the video and then my name, A Coffee Drinker's Review, will show up. And you can click that and it'll take you to my channel. I do a lot of book videos. I've been playing some Nancy Drew, so I'm slowly posting those. And did I mention I make a lot of book videos? That's like my life. I love books, and I am a paper pie consultant person. So like I can sell you paper pie books, and I have an Amazon account. So whenever I'm like doing a review on a book, I can post that down there. And if you do go and use the link, there's a chance that I'll get some pennies. If you got just this book, I'd probably get, I don't know, math is hard. I'll probably get like 30 cents, maybe, maybe a dollar at most. Um, so it's not like you're giving me fortunes if you use my links. Amazon, I get even less. So keep that in mind. Every little bit helps. It makes me be able to get more books so I can do more reviews. It means that I can go to book events and then tell you all about them. And yeah, um, subscribe and buy my book. Not my book. Um, Zanna Davidson's book, but pay off my paper pie website, please. Um, I don't know what else to talk about. I'm rambling now. I have stuff that I gotta go do. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now. Hopefully my root beer has frosted enough so it's not a slush, so I can drink that. Really wish it was a Dr. Pepper, but I don't have any more. So That's all for now. I will see you on my next video. Bye.